Having the right mindset in training can make or break a certain individual's potential of making it to the heights of MMA. If you have a really bad mindset, it's going to be highly unlikely that you're going to be able to reach that pinnacle level in the UFC. First off, let's go through your ego. Now, people think ego is a bad thing. Ego is not a bad thing. What is the bad thing is not knowing when to use and when not to use your ego. So it's using it at the wrong times. That is the bad thing about having an ego. So you need to know when to use an ego and when not to use an ego. And that is the two times or two different equations you've got to take in consideration when you are training. This can make or break your career if you do not know how to choose when to have an ego and start training really hard and when not to have an ego and when is it time to learn. So you've got to differentiate between the two and when is the right time for one or the other. Now, first thing, you want to go in with an open mindset. This means dropping the ego. Whatever you thought before, drop it. You can learn from absolutely everyone. It does not matter if they're a day one or if they're a UFC fighter. You can learn from everyone. I've learned from much lower belts than me in jiu-jitsu when I've been rolling, and you'll just pick up little bits here and there. No matter the ability level, you can learn from them. It might be something so small, but that small thing might make a massive difference in the long run. And you want to be able to try new concepts and try new things and allow to be taught new concepts and new things. Don't shut it down straight away and see if it works for your game. And be open for change. Be open to the fact that new things may work better than what you're currently doing. Next one, the fight is the fight. And what I mean by that, the fight is not in the training room. It is not on a training day. Training is not a fight. That means you do not need to win every round. Let me say that again. You do not need to win every round. This is an ego thing. Some people think they have to win every single round because their ego is telling them they have to win. And if they don't win, they're probably going to cry in the change rooms. I've seen it before. And the reason for this is you want to improve. You need to improve. Improvements is made from focusing on certain areas, not from winning every single round. If you got to win every round, you probably got good cardio because you're always training really, really hard, but you're not working new things and you're not trying to improve certain elements of your game. All you're trying to do is beat the other person on the other side of the cage or the other side of the spar. And that is not the best way to improve. So remember, the fight night is the fight night. The training room is the training room. Two different things. That means training is there to learn and improve. The fight night is to win. You need an ego there. You need to win. If you didn't have an ego, you probably would not win because you don't care about the outcome of the fight. And that is why ego is still important, but in certain situations. Seek discomfort. By this, I mean look for the hardest rounds on that mat. Go with them. Do not pick the easy rounds because you learn and you grow faster by going with people that are better than you. Not people that you can beat up and have an easy round off. That is not how you're going to improve. So if you want to improve quickly, make sure you get the hardest rounds on the mat. I improved the most in the year 2019 to 2020. That full year I was abroad in Thailand. And the reason I improved so much, I was an amateur with 3 fights to my name, 8 Muay Thai fights to my name, so I had 3 MMA, 8 Muay Thai, 10 fights. But I was in a room with professional MMA fighters, and I'd had my hand or my ass handed to me every single session, every session. But the amount I improved by the end of that year was dramatic. It was something that I didn't even know I could improve so much in, and that's only because every round was hard. I never had an easy round. I didn't even have an option to pick an easy round. But some people get, I'd say, comfortable and they just pick the easy rounds in their gym, and sometimes their ego won't let them go with harder rounds because they don't want to lose, and that is the first sign of not having a good mindset in the training room. Now, know when to put the gas on. And I mean with this one, know when to turn your ego up a little bit. When it's time to win, try and win. Do not let them win. Try with all your might. Fight training, fight style training is the sort of training you want to win, because you are training for your fight. Even though it is still training, there's still an element where you're not trying to break anyone's bones or you're not trying to injure them, but you are trying to win. So you're going to have to up your ego a little bit there. When it's fight style training, that's when it changes a little. And you don't fight style training, you don't do that sort of training all year round. So remember, that is when you are coming up to a fight. It is more important for your mindset and going into a fight. Because going into a fight, you want to know you've won some rounds in the gym. Because you want to go with a positive mindset. If you've lost every single round in the gym, you're not really going to go with a positive mindset. So when you are a couple of weeks out from a fight, maybe it is time to step it up a little bit, get that ego up a little bit, but still, you still want to seek discomfort every single time. So drop the ego with that. The fight is the fight. So remember, you don't have to go fight level. You don't have to try and injure him, because it's training still. You're still trying to learn. And then an open mindset. You can still learn from everything. The only difference is when you got fights coming up, know when to put the gas on. So know when to up it a little bit. But that is how I see the best mindset you can have will increase your chances of faster rates of improvement. But that is how I do it, because we're built different around these ends. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bish, bash, bosh, pow!